This is the screencast for the automated validation test, and Vaibhav will cover the screencast for the manual test. In a previous screencast, I went over the logic for each of these tests, and I'll go over it briefly again. Basically, for these tests, you're just checking to see if your output, which is um, found from running validate result in each respective handler class. So answer handler and um, question handler both have a validate result method. And basically, if you run it through, you either get true or false if it's true if it's valid, false if it's not. Um, yeah, what you want to see is uh, does the validate result actually output anything does it like actually sanitize the result? Is it of the proper length? Is it of this? Basically. So here's the test cases for answer handler. So answer handler, I have set the restrictions to be you have to post an answer that is more than 5 characters. I felt as though if 5 characters or less would be too little and it doesn't actually answer anything. So you have to post an answer of more than 5 characters. And so it checks for that. So let's go over each one. So good answer. This is just the title. So manual testing is time consuming, unfair, prone. You'll be required to automate test using JUnit after the midterm. So why not practice now? This is actually a test reply from the professor. So there should be no errors here. So it should pass false. And here, short answer, nope. This is 4 characters. It's less than 5 characters, so it should pass an error. SQL injection. So these are SQL injection patterns that are common, and there's a keyword. So yeah, they should return true because of the keywords. And then for the comment injection, you have the apostrophe comment. This should return true as well because there is the comment syntax. Um, and this is just these two cover the SQL injection and comment injection stuff. Empty answer, this should be covered already in the less than 5 characters, but I just covered it here again just because the TA specified that that should be covered and it should return true for an error. And this is a special character. So obviously you want to do SQL cleansing, but you also need to not cleanse special characters. So this special character should be there. And it shouldn't output anything. So yeah, so we can now run it. So you could see all the tests have passed. Um, this one has passed, so there is no error that passes here. This one has passed. Errors, answer must be at least 5 characters as expected. Answer contains suspicious content as expected. Um, Answer contains suspicious content as expected. The dash dash is not good. It cleans it by actually getting rid of the apostrophe, which is nice. This one, it just it cleans any of the special characters, so it kind of gets rid of um, so like the post will still be there, but the special character, so effectively it doesn't do against SQL injection if without these special characters. Um, and the it just keeps a dash dash, so it won't do anything because of the close parenthesis. Empty answer again. It said answer cannot be empty. Just a little bit different of error message, but it's the same logic. And this doesn't clean anything, so you can see that the hashtag remains. So answer validation test. That's the video for answer validation test. Now, if you move on to question validation test, you have a couple more cases just because I wanted to test every single combination of pass fail. And you have an additional component here where it's SQL injection, minimum of 5 characters for the post. Plus, you also have to, you don't necessarily have to have a title, so your title can be 0 characters, but it can't exceed more than 100 characters because I felt if the title is too many characters, then it's hard for students to actually see what the title is about if it's just too many. So I made it the limit 100 characters. So this first test, and it runs very similarly to answer validation test of the logic. So the first test is valid input, um, and this is the test case. HW2 user stories is the title. I'm a little confused on HW2. Which user stories should we apply and how do we know which ones follow CRUD? This was a sample that I just took from that discussion. And this should return false because there is no error here. Long title, I basically just did A and then repeated it 101 times. Again, that exceeds a 100 character limit. So there should be a title length there. Then this one is SQL and title. So now I need to test for SQL injections in both the title and the post. So that's why there's a couple more cases here. So just this is obviously an SQL injection attempt, and just wanted to verify the homework two is due. So there's obviously no problem. This is again something I took from that discussion. There's no problem with the actual post. The post is fine. It's the title that's the problem, and it should detect SQL in title, and it is true that it should return an error message. For this, there's empty content. Title is fine. Should return an error message. For this, the content is too short. So it's very similar to the logic as to how it catches the mistakes. For these two tests are very similar, but I just wanted to see the error messages. One should be empty response. One should be your response has to be more than 5 characters. This is actually SQL in the question instead of the title. So I wanted to see if that worked. Then this is multiple errors where you have a blank question, so it should return the blank question error, and also your title exceeds the character limit, so that should output multiple errors. And this is repeating 100 times, so you're fine with the so basically you are fine with the title length because this is the edge case where you're fine with the title length. You have 100 characters and the post is fine. So this actually shouldn't return any error. You're fine. You just met exactly the edge case for it. Min question length, basically, this should return an error. It's less than 4 characters, and the title is fine. And special characters, if you incorporate special characters without it being SQL injection, so there's no SQL keywords, you shouldn't get rid of the special characters. They should pass validation, and there should be no error. And it's very similar. This just the validate result basically just sees if the question is sanitized or not, and whether or not it follows the rest of the conditions, basically. So we can run this one to see if it works. See, you could see there's 10 tests and it's passed all 10 tests. We can go through each one. Here, it's valid input, so there should be no error, and errors none. This is long title, and it says the error title cannot exceed 100 characters. Good to go. This is SQL title, and it cleanses the title, so it gets rid of that asterisk, and it says title contains suspicious content, which is good. That's the error message. Empty question. Basically, the question is empty, so it says question cannot be blank, which is good. Here, question must be at least 5 characters. Good. That's the right error. This is only 3 characters. Here, SQL injection in question contains suspicious content, cleans the semicolon at the end. So there's no SQL injection. Then multiple errors. It should output multiple errors. Title cannot be exceed 100 characters. Question cannot be blank. Good. You got that. Both of those are true. Then this one should be max title length. This is the edge case, and it should pass. So errors none. Good. Question length. Again, this is fails the min question length, and yeah, it outputs that. And here, it should keep the special characters because there are no SQL keywords, so there's no cleansing to be done. And yeah, it keeps the special characters because you don't find any SQL keywords. And basically, you can just run this and you're good. All 10 tests have passed. And for answer validation, all 10 tests have passed. So the input validation has been completed with automated testing. And Vaibhav will show you the manual testing. So how the UI works to see if the UI is working, responding correctly, and passing the correct error message. He will test that. He will show the screencast for that in another video. Thank you.